Hey everyone, and welcome back to the show. Today we're going to talk about something very important for men over 50, understanding how women think and feel. Knowing how women think and feel can make a big difference in your relationships. In this video, we'll talk about key insights and tips that can help you communicate better, build stronger connections, and improve your overall relationships. If you're ready to unlock the secrets of female psychology, hit the subscribe button and let's get started. After anal sex, a woman's body can go through big changes. Understanding these changes is important for men over 50 who want to keep their sexual life healthy. In this video, we'll talk about how female psychology affects intimacy and the problems that can come up over time. We'll also talk about problems that can affect your love life and give you practical ways to strengthen your relationship with your partner. Stay with us to learn how to improve your sexual and mental life with useful, science-based information. Before we go any further, make sure you've subscribed to the channel so you don't miss our other videos about relationships and sexuality. Leave a like if you liked the movie to help us reach more people. Please leave a 1-star comment if the topic interested you, and a 0-star comment if it wasn't relevant, so that we can improve the content. Did you know that women who swallow their partner might have a stronger immune system, and that having sex can help prevent serious diseases like cancer? If that interests you, keep watching, because I'm going to share some amazing sex-related facts based on scientific studies. Oh, and don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications to never miss a video. Here's a fun fact. Vaginal agenesis is the name for the disease in which 1 in 7,000 women are born without a vagina. It's usually not found until the girl reaches puberty. Also, a study in North America found that women who use a lot of emojis in their messages are more likely to send them naked if the mood is right. Finally, did you know that kissing a woman on the neck or licking her ears can give her a shock of pleasure? These are very sensitive spots that can get women excited very quickly. Also, the famous black widow spider sometimes eats her mate during or after sex. If she's really hungry, she can eat up to 20 males in a day. To help you have a more fulfilling and satisfying sex life, I've made the digital book Rediscovering Intimacy, Healthy Sexuality after 60 available. This book gives you practical and inspiring ways to strengthen your relationship by addressing emotional and physical problems and finding good ways to bring back passion and connection in your marriage. We only have a few copies left, so click on the first pin message to get yours. Don't miss the chance to change your love and emotional life back to humans. According to the American Sociological Association, the best sex happens when you're in love with your partner. On the other hand, about 70% of men would rather not have sex with their partner during her period. And if you have a strong sense of smell, it could lead to more intense sexual experiences, since smells like sweat or vaginal discharge can make you feel better. Did you know that orgasms improve the quality of sperm? Having sex often can not only make you more fertile, but it can also improve the quality of your sperm by lowering DNA damage. Studies show that this may help couples who are having mild fertility problems. A psychologist from Istanbul, Turkey, who works with both individuals and couples, says that masturbation, also known as solo sex, can help you feel more confident. It has many of the same benefits as having sex with a partner, plus some extra ones. For example, you can learn more about your body and feel more sexually satisfied. People can also feel very close to each other after having sex because their bodies release oxytocin, a hormone that makes them feel calm and close. This can even make the couple trust each other more. A study showed that when strangers used a nasal spray with oxytocin, they started trusting each other more. And did you know that many lesbian, gay, and bisexual people have heterosex experiences when they are younger, but still remain who they truly are? There are also heterosexual people who have had encounters with someone of the same sex, but continue to identify as heterosexual. Phomophilia is a sexual interest in insects or worms crawling on the body. Sounds strange, right? And for men, having sex at least once a week can reduce the risk of heart disease, strokes, and diabetes. Additionally, men with an active sex life are more likely to live past 80 years. Many people have fantasized about group sex, and more than half of them have actually made the fantasy a reality. About 1% of people worldwide identify as a sexual meaning. They don't feel a strong sexual attraction to anyone. Scientists believe that an animal called FIA, about 30 million years ago, Dortha was the first living thing on Earth to have sex. In terms of numbers, about 1 in 5 people have had sex with a co-worker, or a Match.com study found that 44% of single people have an orgasm almost every time they have sex with someone they've been with before. An orgasm, also known as an ex-partner skin orgasm or free one, is that tingling feeling we get when we listen to an emotional piece of music. Studies have shown that this feeling can also be caused by movies, works of art, or even people with whom you feel a special connection, but it's hard to tell when it will happen. Every woman reaches orgasm in her own way, like a snowflake with nerve ends spread out in a different way in her genitalia. During orgasm, the contractions a woman feels are her uterus trying to pull the sperm for men. People may be less satisfied with their sexual life if they've had a lot of partners. However, when they're with someone they really like, guys tend to feel more pleasure, fewer problems with their erections, and even less pain. More than half of young people between the ages of 18 and 24 say this. They might say that their last relationship was just a hookup, and guess what? Oral sex is safer than other types of sex, but it can still happen. Because of the flow of fluids, they can still spread infections. About 55% of women and 50% of men say they like being bitten sexually. Did you know that the word clitoris comes from Greek and means divine or goddess? Also, guys can really use anal orgasms. When women have anal sex, stimulating the PE spot can make them have a very strong orgasm. When trying to get a woman to like you, there are a lot of things that need to be taken into account. For example, some women like being kissed on the neck, and more than 97% of women find this area very sexy in the G-spot. However, not all women feel the same way, and the location can change. Nips alone can only make 1% of women get an orgasm, and the same is true for guys. Oral sex is the most desired sexual experience for both men and women. An orgasm can last anywhere from 3 to 51 seconds, and yes, women can ejaculate. However, squirting and ejaculation are two different things. Also, the clitoris has 8,000 nerve ends, which is twice as many as the penis. Only 18% of women can orgasm just from penetration. During an orgasm, the woman's whole brain is busy, making her ready for more pleasure right away. About 30% of women say they can't get an orgasm, and 10% have never had one. A lot of them would rather have shallow penetration that just hits the G-spot than deep penetration. People in long-term relationships have more orgasms than people on one-night stands. Women also like being kissed while they sleep, and exploring fantasies together can make the relationship stronger. Also, it's important to talk about what each partner likes in bed. For example, the clitoris has about 8,000 nerve endings, which makes it very sensitive and a source of great pleasure. The area around the groin is also very sensitive, so keeping your beard clean can help you avoid pain. Women are more likely to be interested in men who play sports, even if they don't have perfect body. Unfortunately, a lot of people are unhappy with their sex lives, which is more common than you might think. The 69th position is more about sensations, while the doggy-style position allows for deeper penetration, which many men find more satisfying. As women go through life changes like menopause, their sexual desire may rise, and physical and emotional closeness can change over the course of a relationship. Proper sexual education can help reduce anxiety and improve sexual health in an intimate relationship. It's important to set realistic goals and find solutions that work for both parties. Sapiosexuality is when someone is attracted to another person's intelligence, and the idea that having too much sex can make a woman lose her sensitivity is a myth. The Kurita method focuses more on emotional connection than on the orgasm itself. Many women like men who take care of themselves, so keeping your hair and beard trimmed is always a good idea. Robert Sternberg says that sexual fantasy can be a healthy part of sex life, and that new events like meeting a new partner can make you want to be with them more. There are 3 parts to love: closeness, passion, and commitment. Different mixes of these parts make up different kinds of love. Some people feel aroused all the time for no reason, and others become attached to someone. Secure, aoid, or anxious styles affect how they feel about sexuality and closeness. Sexual desire doesn't go away with age, and smell is a big part of attraction. Certain senses, like the weather, more sexual activity on warmer days, can also make you more aroused. Music can also affect attraction and mental connection. A lot of people deal with emotional problems, but they don't always have the guts to talk about it. Many men who go through this feel bad, which can hurt their relationships and self-esteem. But there's good news. Daily yoga practice can help improve sexual function and even make you more desire. Have you heard of cybersex? When sexual activity happens online, it can have good or bad effects, depending on how well the people involved communicate and agree to it. This is because not getting enough hugs and kisses can make people unhappy in a relationship, both sexually and emotionally. Also, getting more attention are polyamorous relationships, which question what we think is normal in relationships. They are built on ethics and honest communication. Some men are even excited by certain foods or the way they eat when they want to attract a woman. There are many things that affect this. For example, the G-spot gets a lot of attention, but not all women feel the same way about it, and it can be in different places. The neck is an area that almost all women find sexy. In fact, over 97% of women love being touched there. It's also interesting to know that 1% of women can orgasm just from nipple stimulation, and for both men and women, oral sex is the most common fantasy. The duration of a female orgasm can vary widely from 3 to 51 seconds, and yes, women can ejaculate, but it's important to know that squirting ejaculation and orgasm are not the same thing. The clitoris, for example, is a super pleasure zone with about 8,000 nerve endings, twice as many as found in the penis, but only 18% of women can reach orgasm from penetration alone. During a female orgasm, the whole brain lights up, which can make them ready for another orgasm right afterward. Many women, around 30%, say they don't reach orgasm, and 1 in 10 has never had one. Additionally, shallow penetration is often more pleasant for them because it touches the G-spot area. And speaking of relationships, couples who are seriously dating have more orgasms than couples who are just hanging out. Exploring fantasies together can bring a couple even closer together. Communication is key to finding out what each person likes, and unrealistic expectations about the body can hurt self-esteem and intimacy. For those who don't know, the groin area is also very sensitive, and keeping a well-groomed beard can avoid discomfort. Staying physically active also helps a lot because women are more attracted to men who play sports, even if they aren't very good at them. When it comes to positions, the 69 is more about sensations, while the doggy-style position is many men's favorite because of the depth of penetration. Testosterone is a strong male hormone, and there are even cogs that can make someone smell like testosterone to make them fall in love with you. Couples who are a lot alike may not last as long in a relationship or on a date. At different times in their lives, Women may want to have sex more, like during menopause. Also, the way they physically and mentally connect with their partners can change over time. Women's sexual health and worry are both better when they learn about sex in the right way. Being in a good relationship means lowering your standards and finding answers that work for both of you. Have you heard of sapiosexuality? It happens when someone likes how smart someone else is. The idea that having too much sex makes a woman lose her vaginal sensitivity is a myth called dead vagina syndrome. For those who want to focus on something other than orgasm, there is also the K method. Also, women who are harder to win over like it when a man tries but doesn't give in too easily. Sexual fantasies are a normal and healthy part of sex life, but that doesn't mean someone wants them in real life. New experiences, like a new partner, can make sex more exciting. Robert Sternberg says that love is made up of 3 parts: intimacy, passion, and commitment. Different combinations of these parts make up different types of love. Some people are constantly sexually aroused for no clear reason, and how they connect with others can rely on their attachment style, such as secure avoidant or anxious. Having sex can be fun at any age. You don't have to be a certain age to be sexually satisfied. Smell is also a big part of sexual desire with some people. Smells. More excitement can make some people violent, but that doesn't mean they will be violent in real life. Warmer, sunnier days tend to raise libido, making people want sex more. Did you know that music can change how we feel about other people and help us connect with them better? There are even people who can have an orgasm that goes away quickly without the full. And guess what? Some colors, like red, can make us feel more attracted to someone, but it's not just about how someone looks. How they make us feel in our minds and hearts is also very important for feeling good with someone. Now, there's something about feeling watched. When someone knows they're being watched, it can be hard to get excited or reach an orgasm. Men who have problems like erectile dysfunction may feel bad about themselves because of the shame that comes with it, which can hurt their relationships and self-esteem. On the other hand, doing yoga regularly can help improve your sexual life and even make you more desire. And speaking of the internet, cybersex can be good or bad, depending on how people talk to each other and give permission. Another important thing is touch. When people don't get enough hugs and kisses, it can make them unhappy emotionally and sexually. Some people find that certain foods or eating habits make them more aroused after 40 ESP, especially after 50. Also, did you know that 97% of women choose a partner based on how good they are in bed? There's a study that shows women can sync their heartbeats just by looking into their partner's eyes for 2 minutes. The doggy-style position is where women have the best chance of having an orgasm, but they can also have orgasms in other ways, like through nipple stimulation. A lot of men try to make their penis longer by doing exercises by hand, and some are able to make it longer by up to 4 centimeters. For both men and women, trying out new positions can help them find sensitive spots on their bodies. It's been said that women's sexual desires change more often than men's. Another interesting fact is that women spend a year of their lives just picking out clothes. Finally, women tend to socialize in groups, but this isn't always from the heart. They judge quickly, and most of the time, they're right. While men don't like being compared to others, women often do so to themselves. When they do make a decision, they tend to stick to it, even if it takes longer than men. If they cheat, they do it more discreetly and with their own reasons. And when they're upset, they love to vent to someone. If a woman gets quieter than usual, it means you might have hurt her, and she's thinking of other ways to be happy. When she decides to solve a problem, she uses both sides of her brain, unlike men who only use one. You can make her feel special with flowers and parties, but if you like her more than a friend and don't say anything, she might think you're just a friend. Usually, women are jealous of rich or famous men, and men are jealous of beautiful women. A woman's smile shows how much time she spends with a man. In any friendship, trust is very important. Body language and other forms of nonverbal communication are very important for knowing how your partner feels and what they want. Foreplay is important to build an emotional connection and increase pleasure between the pair. Being honest about what you like in bed can make the relationship much better by sparking creativity and anticipation. INX can reignite the flame, which makes intimate life happier. Mental health affects sexual health, so taking care of your feelings is important for keeping an intimate life that is healthy. Women can also have orgasms in different ways through clitoral stimulation. Every woman has a different experience depending on how she feels and her level of arousal. Breasts are very important for women to feel good about their bodies, no matter what size or shape they are. Some women like having their breasts stimulated during sex, but everyone has their own tastes and limits.